Welcome everyone. Today I'm going to do a fun exercise that I love and I hope you join in too. So we are going to do a few blind drawings. Now give me a chance to make this fun before you click off this video because I'm positive there is something in this for everyone, and that means you too. So we don't need any materials, well we don't need many materials I should say, and I will have a link to the reference file if you don't have anything handy. So while you grab the nearest pen, and yes, this time it will have to be a nice big fat chunky pen, well any pen, but it has to be a pen, and a few pieces of paper from the printer as well as the reference file, I will tell you a little bit about why and what we want to achieve. There are many benefits to doing blind drawings. We don't do them really often, but they are such fun, and you know, I think we need to incorporate them a little bit more into our sketching and drawing routines. But the main things is it can't be perfect because it's blind, and it's really fun to see how wonky you get. Like a little surprise that you get to explore after each one. It's good for hand-eye coordination as well, and we get to analyse contours more closely than we might when we're just drawing or sketching, because we're actually tracing a journey along the surface of our subject. And in this exercise, if you watch how I do it first, you'll see that sometimes I will go over the same part that I just went over, or I'll go back and go over some lines, all without looking at my paper. So this is the most important part about doing blind drawings, is you cannot look at your paper, you cannot look at your hand. Don't even have it in your peripheral vision if you can help it. So with that, we'll get started and we'll start with the first one. Here we go. All right, wasting time. Now I'm going to start on the hair. Take your time, you've got plenty of time. I'm going to do the head, the face, you can lift your pen off the paper if you need to. Just try not to do it too much. But sometimes you end up in the middle of nowhere and it can be a little bit hard. Going over the shoulder, outside of the arm and down. So I'm just looking just directly at the reference. Nothing else. I'm going to do the internal bit. The other side of the neck. Doesn't matter if you go over the line, the same contour twice to get back to where you need to be. Just going to draw through where I think the arm might be. We'll go right down to the side of the body. Right down to the foot. And up that leg. I might put a little thing in there for the knee. Let's do the other thigh, the other leg. No peeking. Go back up. Like I said, if you want to go over the lines multiple times, feel free to do that. Going back up around the hair, where I think the hair is. We've still got a minute and a half, so I'm obviously doing this too fast. and I need to slow down. All right. We've still got a minute to go, but I went too fast. And you can see how sometimes you end up rushing it without meaning to. But yeah, that's actually so abstract. That's kind of fun. I think that's actually better than the first try I did of the same pose. It's really interesting to look at. That's what I say, it's like a surprise every time you get one. Just look around here, and I mean, it's just so exaggerated and so fun. Look how big this foot is compared to the other one. Well, the hands were quite close, which was good. And even I actually think repeating some of the lines really worked to make it more interesting. And that head is just so abstract. That's fantastic. All right, 20 seconds left if you're still going. I'm just going to put this. Remember to always date your work. So today is the 10th. I don't know when I'm going to get this uploaded. Depends how much editing I have to do and that type of thing. So the timer's about to go off. There we go. All right, so that's our first one done. Awesome. I really like that. I find that really visually interesting and stimulating to look at. And that's why these are so good to do. All right, so we're going to go to the gentleman next. Now he's in a bit of a funny pose, so it's going to take up a little bit more space. All right. Let's start with the hair again. I can hear thunder. I only say that because I just hung out my washing. The weather has just been so unpredictable that I can't do my washing because I don't have a dryer. So I have to hang it out. But with the weather so unpredictable, I'm running out of clothes. All right, go down the neck. Let's go outside the outer contour of that shoulder. See how it goes into the chest, and so we might as well just do that. Should might go in the collarbone. And this is the beauty of doing these, is because you can choose your journey across this body. We've still got 3.5 minutes, so there's no rush. Don't look at your paper. I can't remember if I did this part of the arm, so I'll just go over it because that's fine too. Now we've got some muscles here, so we might just go through them. Go over the waist. I don't think I did this hand on this other side, so let's put that in. Put his swimwear in. In 2.5 minutes, so we're going well. We go on the inside of the thigh. Toes. I don't have to count them because I'm drawing them as I watch them. Got a funny feeling that was really close to the edge of the paper. Let's go across the waist and go the other thigh. Down the leg. Don't have to worry about the toes on the other foot because they're kind of all blended together. I might just put a little mark in there for the ankle. Got a minute and a half, so we've got plenty of time. So I might just go over some of these lines. I go over, put the belly button in, go up the middle. Oh, the ear. I don't think I put the ear in before. So you make your own journey across this gentleman's face. Got 50 seconds, plenty of time. And I think I'm done with that one. We've still got 30 seconds, so you can keep going if you like. And this one's interesting. This one is really surprising. Because I went over his head twice because I had plenty of time. So I still need to slow down. But it's actually turned out quite interesting because now he's got two, it looks like he's got two separate heads. It looks like a two-headed person. But look how wonderful this leg is here. And even the shape of the foot is unmistakable. And even these toes, without looking at them, they're definitely toes. This is a bit all jumbled in here with the hands. Oh gosh, the thunder. But yeah, that's really interesting. So I would date this one. And this was the second. They're such surprises. They're like little drawing gifts that we give ourselves. Okay, so this third one I picked because of the perspective. I thought it would be interesting to have a go at doing perspective blind. So we'll start the timer. And I'm going to start with the hand up here. Actually, the elbow. Let's start at the elbow because that's right at that edge. And I have to slow down because I was going too fast. And let's do this finger. The next finger. I'm just drawing through. Do the palm. Let's keep going with this arm. Bit of hair here. Doing the fringe, just going across there. Okay, let's do the eyebrows and that eye. The nose and the mouth. Where I think the head is. Let's go to the other shoulder. I'll try and slow down. This shirt I might just put some wrinkles in because I can just see them. This armpit and there's hair here, so let's put that in. There's a bit of a muscle, shoulder muscle there. Alright, so we're travelling down this side again. I'm going to go across the body this time. Down the first pant leg. First foot. Around the body again, down the other side. There's a little thing on her pants there, so I'll put that in. Some wrinkles. Looks like a pocket. The other foot. Big wrinkle going down there. We've got 1.5 minutes, so I'm just going to double up some of the lines because I really liked that effect. Got her earrings, so I'm just going to guess where they go. Yeah, I think I'm done with that one. We've got 1 minute left. But wow. That's kind of actually groovy. The face is really big and exaggerated. And I love the feet and the pants and the arm really. That hand actually came out quite well. That's surprising. And this is to do with the hand-eye coordination. Because we're bypassing our visual shortcuts and instead we're just trying to draw exactly what we see. Yeah, I think that's really, really interesting. Dated. And this was the third one, so we've got one more to go. And you can see the wrinkles across here. That arm across and that leg. That's great. Good stuff. Let's go for the last one, which is upside down. Now, I chose this one to do because I thought it would be a great challenge because she is upside down. So we're not, even though we're going over the contours, we don't particularly know where things are going to be because she's upside down. So let's start the timer and let's go. So I might actually do this one, start midway. Go across. It is really, really hard to slow down. Now I have given myself 5 minutes each for these, and obviously, I shall go across here. I'm not taking up the whole 5 minutes, but it is still good to set a timer because sometimes, if you're like me, you can get really lost in something and spend a lot more time than what you intended to, and then, you know, it's not a good feeling. So it's there just in case. I can feel myself rushing again, so I'm just going to slow down. Let's do this foot. So now we're out here on this leg, but what I might do instead of lifting my pen is I'm just going to go outside the contour of that leg and go right across the body and back across this middle part, which I've probably gone over a couple of times now. And so we'll go down this side of the body. Just go on inside because I can see the rib cage. Remember, you can take your journey anywhere you like. No one's path is the same as anyone else's. That's what makes us unique. Down the other arm. Did I do the inside? I don't know. Let's just assume I didn't. Do the ear. There's some hair here. Alright, so we're going to tackle this head. We've got 1.5 minutes left. Put some of the hair over here. I felt myself making up hair just then, and I had to stop myself, which is interesting because I'm not looking at the page at all. Alright, I think I'll stop there. Wow, this one's really messy. We've still got 1 minute to go if you're still going, by the way. Yeah, this one is it's not as interesting as the others, which is interesting in itself. I actually do like the leg. I can see the leg there and the foot. I think because the middle is just so broad, instead of, if I had been able to come across down here, I made it a little bit more like what it's. I think there's a little bit of a face in there that I can see now that I couldn't see before. It's not as interesting as a shape as the others. I think that's what it is. But that happens. 3, 2, 1. BB. All right. And that happens. I think, and that's what's good about doing the blind drawings, is because the results are a real surprise. I wish I could have slowed down a little bit more. But let's have a look at what we've done. This was the third one. I love the feet on this one and the hand. And the big eyes. Actually, see that how much more of an interesting shape that is than this one. And I think what makes this one more interesting is there are places that we can still focus on that stand out. This is the second one. Our two-headed man, which is what makes it interesting, and plus the chesticles stick out, so that's, yeah, and the feet. Yeah. That's just, I find that really fascinating, how that came out with the two heads that I was drawing. These are the same head. It's the same head. And actually, if I look at the reference, go back to that reference. It's two heads with one face. That's fascinating. The face is in the middle, but the two heads are either side. Anyway, the first one, which was nice, a nice introduction. I love how this leg is actually, you know, it looks like it's in proper proportion, relatively, and then this one is just completely blown out. But it's still recognisable as a human figure, which is really interesting. and the face. So I will do other videos. So this is just the first part, which was the figure. And the next one I've got heads or faces, and I've got a couple of groups of animals to do. So I've got a group of cats. You'll be able to see when you open up the reference. Dogs and horses. So we will give them a go. So if you end up doing this exercise along with me, which I do highly recommend, post your results somewhere and let me have a look. I just find them so fascinating and interesting, and I'd love to have a look at yours if you've done this as well. But anyway, that's it for part 1, and I will catch you probably next week. I might do one each week, and I will decide what to do next week. Or you can decide what to do next week too. But anyway, I'll catch you then. Keep drawing, everyone.